Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain for You. For anybody who likes me outside, my apology. Just haven't been getting out there during the day. So I'll make sure to get out there soon. Today's topic is going to be not physically, not mentally, and not emotionally. I'll tell you what I'm talking about in a minute. So take a couple of nice easy breaths. Fill your lungs with positivity. Exhale the negativity. Breathe in the peace. Exhale the noise. Breathe in the feel good. Exhale the feel bad. So when I say not physically, not mentally, not emotionally, what I mean here is you're not broken. All right? And trust me, I get it. You feel pretty broken. In some cases, in all three ways: physically, mentally, and emotionally. So look, we all know the typical journey: chronic pain, chronic symptoms, chronic illness. You know, we start to feel bad, some kind of symptom coming up, some kind of pain. We get sucked into the medical world. We go to doctor, symptom, treatment. Doesn't work. We get traumatized by the medical system. We get the medical labels. We get the imaging studies sometimes. And we're kind of told, you're broken. And in some cases, we're told, get used to it because there's no cure. Or your pain is going to get worse throughout your life. And we've heard a lot of horrible stories coming from the medical world. And again, it's not a slam on the medical world. It's just a fact. Many doctors don't know how to handle chronic symptoms, chronic pains. So we have this belief that we're broken physically. And then we hear about this Dr. Sarno dude who figured out this mind-body connection and says that the pain's being created in your brain. And your first reaction is, you're calling me crazy. I'm not imagining this. What are you talking about? This is real pain. Yes, it is. So for anybody who's on the fence and doesn't get this Sarno world, the pain is absolutely real. It's from a very real cause. It's just not the cause that you're led to believe. The cause is not our body. The cause is the brain. So we start to say, all right, great. If this guy's right, I'm not broken physically, but I must be broken mentally if my brain is creating this pain. Or if it does have to do with these repressed emotions, I must be broken emotionally. Because why else would I be hurting like this? Other people don't hurt like this. So we get on this belief that goes from physical, I'm broken physically, to I'm broken mentally or emotionally or both. And in some cases, we feel like we're broken in all three of those areas. The core message that I have for you in this video and in all my videos is to relax. You're not broken. You just think you are. You're not broken physically, because if you've done the assessments and it says TMS, that means your body is not causing the pain. There's another process at work. But it doesn't mean your brain is damaged. You're not mental. You're not mentally ill. And we don't have this evil entity inside our brain who's trying to punish us or torture us for any past wrongdoings in our life. No, our brain and our nervous system is working flawlessly. But it's working based on well-meaning but misleading information, whether it be from doctors, family, friends, worrisome parents. You know, some of the folks I talk to have parents who are like, "Oh my God, you're going to get sick. Put a coat on. Ma, it's 85 degrees out. Put a coat on." You know, and maybe you had a parent like that. Where everything was catastrophized. And we were taught to be very afraid of everything. physical, emotional, stress-wise, life, feelings, emotionally, everything. So throughout our lives, we had all of this well-meaning information to try to keep us safe. And our brain and our nervous system doing its job, it's our best friend. It's just trying to keep us safe and alive, becomes overprotective and hyper-vigilant and on the lookout for danger. And so, you're not broken. Not physically. Please accept. If you've done the assessments and it says TMS, please accept that. Don't argue against TMS and for your physical limitations, because even if it were physical, doctors have a horrible success record of getting rid of chronic physical pain with medical treatments. The reason that's true is because it's not a medical problem. It's not a physical problem. If it was, these treatments would work. The fact that the treatments don't work is more proof that it's TMS, that the pain's created in the brain. It's not imagined. It's very real. Doesn't mean you're crazy. It just means that TMS, too much stress, too much thinking, TMT, too much fear, TMF. And the nervous system kind of overloads and we have these symptoms. And then neuroplasticity, the brain wires that because we fear it and we focus on it and we have anxiety about it. And the brain says, this is important, and it wires it and it connects these neural pathways. And so what's interesting is, sometimes people get really lost in the emotional work. They're saying, I got to figure out what was going on when the pain started. And if I don't figure that out, I'm never going to get better. If you've been in pain for a long time, the emotional circumstances which may have played a very strong role, if not a complete role, in the onset of your pain or symptoms may very well not be what's keeping them going now. Right? Because in many cases, I'll talk to people and they'll say, but all those things that were going on when my pain started, they don't bother me anymore. They've been resolved, or these situations have changed. So why am I still in pain? Neuroplasticity, neuroplastic pain. The brain has learned through fear, focus, and anxiety about the symptom itself. It's learned to keep it going. So I think for anybody with chronic symptoms or pains, it's more important to teach the brain that we don't need the symptoms to keep us safe. Because in many cases, the emotional circumstances have long ago been resolved. And all we got to do is use accurate knowledge, feeling our emotions, soothing our body, calming our thinking, indifference towards the symptoms, and then shifting our focus away. Because if fear and attention are what makes these symptoms persistent or chronic, well, if we can use accurate knowledge and acceptance that it's all just this mind-body syndrome stuff to turn down the fear, and we shift our attention away from the symptoms, guess what happens? The brain says, this is no longer important. I can let it go. So, not physically, not mentally, and not emotionally. You are not broken. Please accept that. Because once you do, life starts to get a lot easier. And when you do accept that, what happens to your fear levels? What happens to your anxiety? What happens to your stress? You didn't do this. You didn't cause this. This isn't your fault. It's where you ended up. But I'm laying out for you a very straightforward, simple path to reverse the process and teach the brain it doesn't need to be quite as hyper-vigilant any longer. Your brain will still do its job. If there's something serious going on, you'll know about it, right? But we don't need to be quite as hyper-vigilant or hyper-vigilant at all, We can calm down the brain, and when the brain gets the message, the brain automatically takes care of settling down the nervous system. So, What do you guys think? You're not broken. Not physically, not mentally, not emotionally. You are not broken. So with that, have an amazing weekend. Love you guys and gals, and I'll see you tomorrow.